Okay, guys. Okay, so yesterday last week actually, when we read the book The Race, we went back yesterday. What part did we write yesterday?
The
The beginning. And in the beginning of our story, we talked about who? The characters. We talked about and we talked about
how did it begin?
We did. So when we're retelling a story in order, it's important for us to tell what happened when?
In the beginning.
In the beginning, in the middle, and then tomorrow we're going to write about the end. Why do we need to put a story in order? Why do we need to put a story in order, Esther?
Because it won't make sense.
It doesn't make sense if it's not in order. Plus, what did we say yesterday about when we retell a story to a friend? What might that make them want to do? They may want to read the story. And if your friends are practicing reading, what are they going to get better at? Reading, right? Don't you want to help your friends be better readers?
Yes.
So think about telling stories to them from your books. That may make them want to read the book. Okay, always, always, always when we write, we have to reread what we've already written to make sure that it makes sense. So yesterday we wrote the beginning part and you guys helped me. We're going to reread that today before we start writing the middle. Okay, so get ready to read it with me and let me have, let's see, tell me again. Annalise, come point to the words for us, okay? Thanks, Annalise. All right, Annalise is going to start us, okay? Right here. We're going to start. In the beginning, Tortoise and Hare are on a race to New York City. Hare is bragging about being fast and leaves Tortoise in a cloud of dust. All right, so that's okay. You could hear it. Go ahead, thanks. Say thanks.
Thanks.
All right, so in the beginning, we talked about our characters, Tortoise and Hare. We talked about where they were going. They were racing to New York City, and how it began is that Hare was bragging about being fast, and he left Tortoise in a cloud of dust. Okay, so is it okay when you're thinking about your story to go back and look in the story?
Yes.
It is. So I want to go back. I want to pass that beginning part because we've already done that, remember?
Wait, I know. Wait.
There's our cloud of dust. All right. So we're going to think about what happens now. Now we know how the story began. We're going to start telling a little bit more of this story, okay? Just look at the pictures as we go through. Quiet voices. You're just remembering the story in your head. Preston, I like the way you are remembering that story in your head. I can see you thinking. Love it, you guys. I can see you thinking about all the things that are happening. Got it, Jonathan? Remember? I remember reading about this page.
I didn't remember that in a page. I remember seeing Wait.
Okay, are we ready?
Yes.
Remember, we talked about yesterday how when we are writing, we're writing a beginning, middle, and end, or a story, we have to think about what we're going to write first, okay? So my middle group told me, middle group, stand up. Where are you, middle group? All right, middle group, tell me again what happens in the middle of the story. David. Okay, a problem. What was the problem?
That Hayden's car ran out of gas and then had another car broke down.
Okay, so his car broke down. Remember when we were doing our adjectives earlier, we kind of put some of the things in order. His car broke down, and what else, Lucia?
His hot air balloon came down.
His hot air balloon went up, but then it came down. And
If it
then,
comes up,
let's go right here. What happened here? What happened?
What about?
Yeah, the rushing waterfall. What happened on the waterfall? He went
He went
down the waterfall, right? And then he got on the what kind of airplane? Craft airplane. And what happened?
It crashed down into an island and the kangaroos kicked him
It
off.
crashed onto the island, and the what kind of angry? What?
Angry kangaroos.
Angry kangaroos
Tried to bounce him off.
bounced him off. All right, have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat. Thank you, middle groups. Give the middle group some snaps. Tell them, oh yeah. Okay, so we know what happened now. Let's think about how we're going to write this down. Okay, so we are going to start just like we did yesterday. Yesterday we started in the beginning, but is that what we're writing?
No, in the middle.
In the middle. All right, friend, come right in the middle for me. Because when we're retelling a story, we want people to know what happened in the beginning.
Middle.
In the middle.
And the end.
So in the middle. And we also talked about how our sentences start with what? Capital letters, right? That's how we know that it's a new sentence. Okay, so while she's writing, let's quietly talk about what is the next part that we want to write about. Remember, we don't have to give every single detail when we're telling beginning, middle, and end of our story, but we want to tell what the problem was. So, Jonathan, can you help us with the problem?
I'm thinking you can put an oversized carrot.
We could put in the
Because-
oversized carrot.
And it could say he was, I forgot.
So he wasn't actually riding on the carrot. He was doing what? He was thinking about it. So that actually wasn't one of the problems, but the problem was that everything that he got on,
Was broken.
it was broken or it crashed him, right? So we need to somehow write that Tortoise, he did what? He got on the what? He got on the boat and had a nice trip to New York, or on his way to New York City, but Hare had what?
Had trouble.
He had trouble the whole way, right? So, thank you for getting us started. Tell her, great job.
Great job.
Okay, so
Great job.
in the middle, oh, look at this handwriting, so neat. In the middle, so we said, what were we going to put first about Tortoise? In the middle, Tortoise what?
Got on a boat.
So let's write that. How many words are we going to have? Tortoise got on a boat. Okay, 5 words. So I'm going to help you write this. What do we do with Tortoise? Because it's his
Capital I's the name.
capital T
Because
for
it's you can also look
Tortoise.
up there.
And I can look up here because I can spell it. Remember we did that yesterday. T-O-R-T-O-I-S-E. Tortoise got
John
on a. You know what we need to do?
Look back in the book.
We talked about
Look back
adjectives.
in the book.
And all we said was Tortoise got on a boat. Well, what size boat was it? Oh, let me call a quiet hand. Kayla. Kaylee. Quiet hand, thank you for that. What kind of boat was it?
It was on a skinny long boat.
Okay. Was it big or was it small? Was it gigantic? Was it large? What? Medium.
No, gigantic.
Okay. What kind of boat was it?
Medium.
A medium boat? Okay. So can you come write that? So let's reread before we start writing. So stand to the side right there. Read it with me. In the middle, Tortoise got on a medium-sized boat. So go ahead and write that for us. Sound it out. Hey, we talked about yesterday how no one is perfect, right? No one. How many mistakes did I make yesterday?
A lot.
How many mistakes did you guys make yesterday? Maybe you made a lot. I don't know. Maybe you didn't. If someone makes a mistake, how do we handle that? We tell them, it's okay, right?
Everybody say it's okay. You can do better next time.
Oh, she's got it. A medium size boat.
B-O-A-T.
She's got it, girl. Wait till you see it. She's concentrating so hard. Thank you. So it's important for us to put adjectives in our writing because if I just say, a tortoise got on a boat, well, guess what? That boat could be this big, or it could be the size of our room, or it could be the size of our school.
You don't know how big it is.
So now we know because we were able to read it and look at the pictures, it's a medium-sized boat.
B-O-A-T. It could be a medium-sized carrot. Because other stuff is not the same size as something.
Right. Okay, so can you scoot over and let's read it? Scoot over. All right, remember we read from the beginning of the sentence. In the middle, tortoise got on a medium-sized boat. Okay, hey, can we fix this part right here? I just see a little bit.
That's a B.
Can I help you spell boat? It's got some tricky vowels in there.
It's B-O-A-T.
B-O-A-T.
But it's okay. The tricky letters are the O and the A.
The tricky letters are the O and the A. I don't know if this will stick. I don't know. I don't think the Simple got any of the tape. All right, so let's do this again. And look, I think you wrote the B for boat right beside the size, right? That's okay. So we're going to fix that. Okay? So let's write boat. B. On your pockets, please. Thanks. Lucio, thank you for sitting so perfect and quiet. O. A. Thanks, friends, for your help. T. Hey, can we tell her, great job?
Great job.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much. All right, in the middle, tortoise got on a medium-sized boat. Very good. Now we know what size boat that is. How do I end a sentence like this? A period. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. Okay, so tortoise got on the boat, but then we said hare ended up having some trouble. Wah, wah. How are we going to write that? You helped me write this part. How are we going to write that hare got in trouble? I'm calling quiet hands. Help me out. Okay, hare had a lot of trouble on what? Let's describe his trouble a little bit. Hare had a lot of trouble with his car, hot air balloon, camel, rushing waterfall, and angry kangaroos, right? All right, very good, friend. Over here, on your bottom, please. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to get you guys to help me with the adjectives. And the reason I want you to help me with the adjectives today is because when you're doing your writing, I want you to think about adjectives, okay? So I'm going to write this part. Hare, thanks for helping me get my sentence together. It's always good to get your sentence together before you start writing. Hare had problems with his car, except we're not just going to write car. Tavin, come tell me what kind of car he had. Come write it in. Tavin's going to write. Let's go back. Tavin, what kind of car did he have? Red car. Now when we make pictures in our heads, we can picture what color car? A red car.
And you got the marker of the red of the
And I didn't even think about that, but I did get a red marker.
Like a red your pants and your nails.
It does match my pants and my nails. Okay, so thanks, Tavin. He had trouble with his red car. Have a seat. Thank you. What else did he have trouble with? What?
He had trouble with a hot air balloon.
What kind of hot air balloon? The huge hot air balloon. Remember we labeled that? So come up, Esther. Now, Esther said something very important. Turn around, because I want you to listen to what she said. She said, he had trouble with. Well, guess what? We already wrote Hare had problems, so we're not going to repeat that part. We're just going to make kind of a list, and we're going to put commas in between his problems.
Oh, yeah.
So, Hare had problems with his red car, comma.
Hot air balloon.
What kind of hot air balloon?
Huge.
We're adding adjectives. Huge hot air balloon. Guys, when you're doing your writing today, I want you thinking about adjectives. How can you make your writing more descriptive? You got to put those words in there so that people can picture it in their heads, right? Okay, huge hot air balloon. All right, my next problem. Let me have, quiet friends. Lucio's sitting so nice and quiet. Lucio, let's go down to the, what's next?
Rushing waterfall.
So the rushing waterfall. When I think of a waterfall, it could be like a little trickling waterfall. It could be a wavy waterfall. It could be a small waterfall. But with this one, with the way you guys described it as rushing, I think of it as a very fast waterfall, right? And we saw, she put a comma also. Tell her, way to go.
Way to go.
Good. We're going to reread real quick. Okay, Lucio can point to the words. We reread what we're writing. Okay, go. Okay. In the middle, Tortoise got on a medium-sized boat. Hare had problems with his red car, huge hot air balloon. Okay, and now Lucio's going to write the next part for us. And we said, what was it? Rushing waterfall. Love it. You can get on your knees if you need to. Rushing waterfall. What's next? Friend right here in the front. Okay, you're still not where I asked you to be. So now I need you to go to your seat. I've moved you twice. Now you're off my rug. Thank you. I'm sorry. Tell me what's next. The cracked airplane. Okay, so if I'm describing an airplane to you, and I say, hey guys, we're going to go on a trip today. We're going to get to ride in an airplane. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to see amazing things. And then you show up with an airplane like was in our book. Would you be surprised? Yeah. Okay, so if I described to you and I said, hey guys, guess what? Today we're going to go on a cracked airplane. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to go see some really neat things. How would you feel about going then? I'm not sure you would want to. So do you see why it's important to put cracked airplane?
Yes.
Our readers need to know that, right? All right, cracked airplane. Who told me that?
She did.
All right, come on up. Oh, Lucio put a comma. Good job. So we've got, he had problems with his red car, huge hot air balloon, rushing waterfall, cracked airplane. Important to have that cracked part in there. Take A-I-R. E-L. Okay, our very last one. Tamaya. Good job with your comma. Y'all are good at commas. Okay, angry kangaroo. So since this is the last problem we're going to list, there's a word we need to put after this comma. Do you know what it is? And. All right, come on, Tamaya.
One more.
And angry kangaroos. Now, why is it important for us to put angry in there? Why is it important?
Because you don't know if it was a nice one or like a sad one.
So if I got dropped off on an island of kangaroos, I would think, oh my gosh, that's so awesome.
No.
But if I got dropped off on an angry island, or an island of angry kangaroos, that's a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
A little bit
Chase
different.
and jump.
I don't think I'd want to be on an island with angry kangaroos.
Because they're
Right?
just attack you.
So it's very important when you're writing to describe what you're talking about, because angry kangaroos are very different from
Nice.
precious
And
little
pretty.
kangaroos, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I want to be around.
Kangaroos. Mom
over.
kangaroos have talking.
There you go. I was
Yeah,
just
I can
reminding
find it.
Tamaya to make sure she was putting spaces between her words. She's doing amazing. Tell her, you're doing amazing. K-A-N. Good job.
G-A-R.
K-A-N. G-A. You guys are doing really, really good at making your handwriting touch all those lines. That makes me so happy.
R.
R-O-O.
O-O-N.
And thank you for reminding her to put a period because
period.
that's the end of our
That's
sentence.
it.
Thank you. Always, always when we get to the end of the sentence, we need to what?
Put a period.
And then we need to
Read the sentence.
read it again. All right, read it with me.
In the middle, tortoise got on a medium-sized boat. Hare had problems with his red car, huge hot balloon, rushing waterfall, craft airplane, and
Angry kangaroos. Okay, so we need to tell what happens right before the end of the story. I don't want to tell the end yet, but there was a little more details here. What was it?
Oh,
We're going to give her some thinking time. Okay, the hare finally got where he was supposed to be. That's exactly what I was thinking, but I don't want to tell the rest yet. The rest is the end of the story. You don't want to tell that surprise just yet. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. Hare finally
got where he was supposed to be. Got later.
got
To New York City. No, that's New York City.
I can even put New York City because the surprise is right after that, right?
Yeah. And they went
Okay,
to go
don't
to
tell it
the
yet. Don't tell it yet. Hare finally got to New York City. Okay, so I'm going to stop right there because that's the middle, and tomorrow we'll pick up and we'll work on the end of the story. So I need you guys to now help me reread the whole part of this before you go start on your writing, okay? I don't want you to try to read ahead of me, and I don't want you to yell at me because I'm right here. I want you to read it just like you were talking to a friend, okay? Ready? In the beginning, Tortoise and Hare are on a race to New York City. Hare is bragging about being fast and leaves Tortoise in a cloud of dust. In the middle, Tortoise got on a medium-sized boat. Hare had problems with his red car, huge hot air balloon, rushing waterfall, cracked airplane, and angry kangaroos. Hare finally got to New York City. Okay, we're going to stop right there. Your story is amazing. I love it. Thank you for helping me write it.
You're welcome.
Okay, so what you're going to do now is go get your writing folder. Oh, have a seat, Rissa. Thank you. You're going to get your writing folder, and you're just very quietly going to go to your spot, and you're going to continue. If you did not finish yesterday, the beginning part of your story, what do you need to do? Finish it today, and then, look, that actually works, folks. Finish it today, and then you're going to start on the middle part of your story just like we did, okay? I have a question first. Thank you for sitting quietly. Then go pass out folders, mister. Thank you. Question real quick?
I just noticed that Disney's happening.
All right. So I want you very quietly. If you are numbers 1 through 5, walk to your spot, please. 1 through 5, walk to your spot. Have a seat. Numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, numbers 6 through 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Walk to your spot.
I was on the camera.
11 through 15.
I was in the camera.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And the rest of you.
I went in the camera and it's still on.
Your